Right, so I have returned once again today to actually deliver another stream of Attack on Titan, the actual manga series, in this time round. God, that damn wait. I think we actually are good to go. Just that damn wait in between. A damn wait I have to wait for. Yeah, the wait I have to do between the start of the stream and actually when I speak is actually agonizing sometimes. Konnichiwa, Genki desu, and also ohayou gozaimasu as well. I hope you are doing well today. So yes, actually have returned today. Actually do some of the actual manga series. Actually has been on a slight hiatus for a little while because I kind of recently got really burnt out from a lot of things. That's why my schedule's been kind of very sporadic recently. I've been very burnt out, so I thought in my kind of pseudo burnout, I might bring back some of the series I've actually kind of been dormant for on manga. Kind of might figure out a kind of pseudo schedule as well in the meantime to actually maybe just change some things around, maybe just midweek stuff. I don't know just yet, but anyway, yeah. So on the last manga stream, we actually got to the end of, I believe, yes, indeed, we're actually doing another stream of Attack on Titan today. Can't wait to actually see how the manga actually develops now, considering I actually know a lot more about the whole entire series now at this point in time. So after the last time, we actually kind of got to the end of, I believe, episode 2 or 1 of season 4. So I imagine this volume will probably cover up to the end of Reina's actual backstory, if I remember, or we actually might in theory get it this volume, because I believe that's the subsequent part of the actual anime. So yeah. Anyway, it's actually put on Twitter, actually gone live before I forget. So once again, I actually do apologize. I've actually been a bit absent from the actual manga series recently, just because, boy howdy, was I really burnt out recently from doing a lot of things. So I thought to save everything, I might just kind of take a little bit of a back seat with certain things, but maybe this week actually might start bringing some stuff back, especially like Hyoka and some visual novels as well. So anyway, if my throat dies in the mid-sentence, that should begin chapter 95, actually is called Liar. So good morning, Captain Braun. Good morning. Hurrah for our warriors. Hello there, cute little warrior. We all have high hopes for you. Oh, that's a good line. That's a good line. If only they knew what happened later on. Thank you, Gabby. Best character. To HQ. On the next war. On next war already. On to next war already. Seems that way. Business is booming. So you made yourself useful the other day, kid. Come on, tell me about it. You didn't wait yourself, did you? Here, same as always. Training at HQ. What was with her? I was convinced she'd want to tell us all about it. She was awfully quiet today. What's wrong, Gabby? You seem down. You're the one acting strange, Reina. You're lying about something. Lying? What do you mean? I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's about. But Aunt, God, my English accent really came out just then. Aunt Karina seems to have figured it out. She said that ever since she came back from the island alone, Aunt was really worried about you, you know. It's like you've been a different person. Well, her 12-year-old son came back a middle-aged man. Of course I worried her. I want you to tell me the truth someday. Blood relatives have a much better chance of inheriting memories along with the one of the 9 titans. That's what the scientists say, right? Yeah. If I inherit the armor, then you probably live on island. You probably live on inside of me, Reina. We'll both understand even the things that are too painful to put into words. So don't worry. I'm sure that if we work together, we can clear a path forward for Eldia. I know. Still can't believe like that line though. It's just like you'll do great things one day. I'm like, if only they knew. Ah, Gabby, my favorite character in Attack on Titan at this point. She's great. I just can't believe we've been summoned this soon. I'm still tired. Talk that way, and the next class of warrior candidates are going to leave you guys in the dust. You seem motivated today, Falco. I guess. If I want to protect Gabby, I'm gonna have to surpass her. If anyone's inheriting the Armored Titan, it's me. Gah! I just see you try. I will. The PX seems amazing as well. Good morning, Pock. PX, what are you doing? This seems more natural for me. Did I surprise you? Just walk normal, okay? Good morning. So we're all here. It's not every day we meet in your room, War Chief. Where are the army guys? They're not in this room. We're sharing a cup of tea, that's all. Huh? I get to the point. The situation is bad. Extremely when you think about it. The man is about to betray you as well. God, knowing the whole entire context now, this whole entire series thus far, seeing Zeka just kind of acting normally at this point, like, he's gonna betray you at one point, you do realise. Marley has emerged victorious from the resource wars of recent years, using our titans to silence any nation that would oppose us. As a result, the world's hatred of Eldians has exploded to levels only previously seen in the Imperial era. We had served Marley in order to show our remorse for our history. We were not wrong to do so, but the voices from around the world calling for extermination of the Eldian people have grown even louder. What is more, recent battles have made it clear that conventional weapons will outperform Titans in future wars. In other words, it will not be long before Eldians lose our tactical value. Once we do, Marley's position of power will become unattainable. With Marley weakened, the walls that separate Eldians from the world will fall, and our continued survival will become even more uncertain. The world already says it is meaningless to speak of the human rights of Eldians. This is a threat of the existence of our race. Isn't there a way for us to solve this? The only way is to finish what we have started. Marley must seize the founding titan, the resources of Paradis, immediately. That way, Marley can maintain its power while we, with our own hands, resolve the threat to the world that is Paradis. But even if the plan to retake the founder succeeds, I really don't think that will be enough to overcome the world's historic and worsening hatred of the Eldians. Very good, Pierre. Exactly right. What's more important is the story we tell. We need to prepare a script leading up to us retaking the founder. First, we need to send the world a strong reminder just how big a threat the island poses. Every story needs a narrator. It seems that the Tiber family will play that role for us. The keepers of the Warhammer Titan. Huh? The Tiber family? Yes, the first family of aristocrats to oppose King Fritz in the Great Titan War a century ago. As honorary Marlians, they followed a policy of non-inheritance in both politics and war, but they have agreed to take action given these fears about the future of Marley and Eldia. True, the Tiber family has never once used a Titan against an enemy state, and most of all, they have clout with other countries as a family who fought off King Fritz in the Great Titan War. The world will have to listen to us if we speak through the Tibers. Very good, Pierre. Absolutely right. But the Tiber family has never done their duty to protect our country, even though they held the Warhammer Titan all this time. They've lived carefree lives in big mansions, big estates. There we go. While other Eldians were forced into internment. Isn't it a little too selfish for them to show up now and start acting like heroes? Soon, boy. Soon you will see. I know how you feel. The Taiba family is concerned about our motherland as well. But if this will save our motherland of Mali, I welcome it. Huh? We warriors should work with the Taiba family and act as cornerstones in the restoration of the heroic nation of Mali. Yes, a festival will be taking place soon in Liberia. A festival? Important figures and journalists from many nations will be invited, and the Taiba family will make a declaration that paradise will be under our control within a year. The fates of the Eldians in Mali ride on this strategy. We cannot tolerate another failure. Oh boy! Oh boy! Let us once again bring our hearts and minds together for the future of Eldians and our motherland Mali. Galliard seems a little unhappy about it, but he's the type who always sticks to his orders. If this is all he's saying in private, it shouldn't be a problem. I just wish Zeke hadn't thrown that comment in. Not in this room, huh? Before a major operation begins, there's always an ideological check-up, just like they did back then. So I'm going to have to go back to that island. Ooh. Wonderful! It turned out even better than expected. The female Titan is an all-purpose unit capable in every area. In addition to high mobility and endurance, the Titan's hardening abilities combined with Leonhart's martial ability make for an incredible destructive force. that was a long sentence. She's also able to summon pure Titans through her range. She's always able to summon pure Titans, though her range is limited. Reminds me of the actual scene from JoJo Part 7 with the actual commentator. The actual the actual biggest fan of Jara Zeppeli. Oh how I miss him. Oh how I miss that man. As you can see, the Armored Titan is one that specializes in hardening abilities. One slam from that body should be able to destroy both walls and gates. As a Titan who will act as Marley's shield and absorb attacks well, Braun's stoic nature fits the role. The Jaw Titan is an assault unit. Its small size makes it the swiftest of all. Its powerful claws and jaws can crush just about anything. Yes, it can. It will soon be very useful for one scene. We have entrusted it to the quick-witted Marcel. The Beast Titan is the same as ever. It's a bit larger than others, but that's far from all. Its pitching assault is an unprecedented, awe-inspiring weapon. The most impressive is the power hidden in its blood. The Boy Wonder has given us a miracle. The Cart Titan, with its usually high endurance, is well suited to long missions. This allows us to equip it with armaments, expanding the variety of tactics at our disposal. Giving it to Piek, who shows strong judgment, is surely the right move. And the Colossus Titan. This is a god of destruction. That is true. That is very true. It's very much a god of destruction. It always makes me feel sorry for those island devils. That thing is going to show up one day out of nowhere and start killing them. Yes, our new warrior unit is more powerful than it was in the past. Training them since infancy has paid off. But I have my doubts about the army's decision. Entrusting the plan to retake the founder to 4 children, it doesn't seem sane to me. Oh? But those very children just now crush an entire nation before our eyes. Beast, Cartman. You're needed at home to deter enemy nations. You will not participate in this mission, and so the plan to retake the founder will be carried out by the Jaw, Armor, Colossus, and female Titans. Marcel, Birdle, Annie, Raina will lead us to you. It doesn't make sense. You're at the bottom of the group. Why would they pick you? What did you do to get picked? Doesn't this just mean it was you at the bottom, Pock? You little Porco. Are you disobeying the army's orders? Gah. Sorry, Raina. Ooh, this is this scene. Dad. I'm right, aren't I? Mum worked in these barracks before I was born. That's where you met Mum. Where you met Karina Braun. I saw your face. And thought it might be you. Look, see, Mum and I have become honorary Marlians. We're even able to walk freely outside the wall if we ask permission. You and Mum could even live together. Are you kidding me? That woman told you to come here, didn't she? So she could get revenge on me. Damn it! And she forced her kid to become a warrior all for that? If they look into your origins, my family's done for. You're trying to get me hanged, aren't you? Well, I'm going to run from you as hard as I can. You and your mother, the two of you Eldian devils. What? Wait. Raina, you okay? Oh, right. It's already time to go. I know you'll be able to complete your mission. I'm sure your father is praying for your success too. Yeah. Our chosen Eldian warriors. Save us all from those island devils. Jesus Christ. That's right. It doesn't matter if I don't have a father. I'm a chosen warrior entrusted with the Armor Titan. I'll save everyone from the island devils and become a hero to the world. This is the border to heaven. Move north once the sun sets. From there, just follow the plan. The Marlian army will anchor here on full moon. Remember that as you carry out the plan to retake the Founder. Yes, sir. Now, carry out your mission. Come back with the Founder, all of you. I guess we can't cover much ground at night, huh? Don't worry about it. It was overcast. I'm glad we didn't run into any Titans. But is the king of the walls really not going to use the founding Titan even if the walls are destroyed? Why would you bring that up now, Bertolt? Mai's research is reliable. Yes. There's no going back now. We're going to the wall tomorrow and what is it? Wait. Don't tell me you're feeling hesitant to kill those island devils. You've forgotten what they did to Marley and us. These are the descendants of the devils who once trampled over the world and turned it into living hell. The world still lives in fear of them. We're here to represent that world. Chosen warriors meant to judge them for their actions. Sorry, Raina. Huh? You see, you aren't supposed to be chosen as a warrior in the first place. But I influenced the army's decision by putting you on a pedestal and making my little brother look bad. Huh? I want to protect my brother. I'm sorry, Raina. Why are you apologizing? I'm a chosen warrior entrusted with the Armor Titan. This is this scene. I'm going to punish the island devils and become the hero who saves everyone. Alright, 96. It is kind of interesting now that you actually kind of do know the actual full context as well, and actually how different it makes everything feel at this point in time. So 96, the Door of Hope. Oh, wrong program. Oh. Bertolt. Annie. Marcel. He was eaten by a Titan. All to protect me. Here, now, this is where I die, because of me. Did everyone get eaten? I don't remember. My mind's blank. What should I do? I can't stay here. I'm going to be eaten too. Not bad. That's the first time I've ever lost to you in a foot race. If we had immediately gotten a hold of the Titan that ate Marcel, we wouldn't have lost that. We lost the Jaw Titan, but you two ran, and I didn't know what to do either. God damn it! He's not coming back now. But there weren't supposed to be any Titans yet. They said they'd be closer to the wall. Not all of them. It's not like every Titan's going to be acting exactly according to our plans. Didn't you learn that? Enough. Let's go back. Huh? We'll find Jaws, then we'll go back. That Titan will probably have turned back into a human somewhere by now. It's not as if we can complete the plan to retake the founder without Marcel's leadership. The plan has already failed. This place isn't safe either. A Titan could show up at any time. I know you'll be able to complete your mission, and I'm sure your father is praying for your success too. Wait. No, we can't go back. We'll continue the plan. True. You can't go back like this. If you go back to Mali now, they'll strip you of the armor for this disgrace. The next warrior will eat you. No, not that it makes any difference to me. And you're so sure that only happened to me? Are they going to hold just me accountable for the three of us running away? Are you two really confident that you'll escape being purged? And also, getting Jaws back isn't a good idea anyway. What if the Titan uses the power of the Jaw Titan to get away? With its speed, there's no way our Titans could even catch it without the cart Titan around. How could anyone learn to use the power of the Titan that fast? You mastered how to use the Colossus Titan right away. Anyway, if we screw up chasing Jaws and use up our Titan powers, we'll just get eaten here. If we show up at the boat with nothing but this fiasco, we'll be done for anyway. If we ever want to go back to our homeland, we need results. We need the founder. We can't go back without it now. You know, if you'd been 100th that composed a minute ago, we wouldn't have to lose Jaws or Marcel. So you're putting us in a danger to protect your own skin. I just don't know. Annie, they explained it to me, Can you explain it to me, Magath? Say it was all my fault. Honorary Marlian? Chosen warrior? Who gives a damn? Marley, Eldia, they all go to hell. They're all liars, every one of them. They only ever think about themselves. And I'm the same. I need to get back alive. You're supposed to die a minute ago, right? If you're feeling bad about it, then die right now. Take the blame, die. Raina's dead. If you needed Marcel, then I'll be Marcel. Please, just stop. This is the only way we can go home. Raina, we get it already. Let's all go back to our hometown. Damn. I forgot about shouting. I haven't been shouting since Kimetsu no Yaiba. I've forgotten about it, actually. Oh, man. Me vocal cords. They go for exercises during this whole entire series of me covering random mangas, to be honest. I think I'd be used to after Kimetsu no Yaiba with the constant shouting it had. Because it did have constant shouting. But I'm not used to it just yet. Reina, she's running out of... I know. Damn it. They're about to catch up. Are we still not to the wall? The plan was for the female to take turns on this path with Jaws, but she's doing it all alone now. Annie must have hit her breaking point a long time ago. But the plan can't succeed if we wear down the armor. I see it. The wall. Annie, switch. There's more Titans than we expected. We need to hurry. Bertolt, we're counting you now. So this is Walmaria. It's so big. And we've got to destroy it. Can I really do it? We'll destroy Walmaria, then we'll make use of the chaos caused by the invading Titans to slip into the population there. After that, we'll track the movements of Fritz, the king of the walls, then figure out a way to get to the founder. It's all riding on whether or not we can destroy the wall. We're counting on you, Bertolt. Well, Spoiler alert, they destroy the wall. Quite spectacular, I must say. It's quite interesting now seeing the whole entire like context of the original first episode now, or first chapter, but now considering they actually know the whole entire context. It's interesting. Bertolt. Huh? He did it. Ah! Bertolt, a Titan! Oh no. Wait a minute. That's a very familiar Titan as well. It's a very familiar Titan. A Titan always has a habit of showing up at random points, doesn't she? Huh? Whoa. God, seeing that whole entire scene, knowing what it causes, seeing that Titan specifically go just waltz on him through. Oh boy! I want to protect. I want to protect. I want to become a warrior, because I thought I'd grant my wish. Because I thought I'd grant my mother's wish to live together with my father, but I never had a father who felt the same way. My mother was always dreaming of something that would never come true. I wasn't ever supposed to become a warrior. I wasn't supposed to survive past today. Sorry, Reina. Why did he apologize? Why did he save someone like me? No. I don't want this to end here. I haven't changed anything yet. Where are we? Inside Wall Rose. Annie. Bertolt. I'm sorry, Marcel. I promised to become a true warrior. God. It's the feeling. My village was located in the mountains in southeast Walmaria. Unlike the thriving towns by the river, it took time for us to hear that the wall had been breached. In fact, the first we heard of it was from the Titans. It was around dawn. The livestock got awfully noisy. Then a strange rumbling came from the ground, and it only got louder. I realized it was footsteps, so I rushed to open the windows. I can't recall anything after that, but I escaped on my horse somehow, leaving behind 3 kids who were just about your age. Wasn't he the only living survivor from that one village? What village? Oh, I forgot the name. A tiny settlement, right? The one that's not even on the maps. Wherever he's from, we should cut him down. Oh. So that King Fritz was just a figurehead, not just the old man, a different family entirely. They're all puppets without a shred of authority, but they're probably not subjects of Ymir. The people ruling from the center of the walls are probably a different race of Eldians who sucked up to Fritz a century ago, because there was no need for the power of the founding Titan. So he gave them authority in exchange for their silence and loyalty. Then we just need to get inside that family. They must be connected to the true king of the walls. How do we do that? Get them to hire us as servants or something? Or what? Do you want me to get close to one of the men in the family and marry into it? No, you can't do that. Right, I can't. They're able to stay in a seat of power because they're not subjects of Ymir. They never risk infecting their family tree with tainted blood. And ever since the wall was breached, they haven't hired new servants out of concern about invaders. Plus, I don't have the kind of charm it takes to seduce a man. That's not true. Thanks. That means we only have one opening. Become soldiers and get close to the interior military police. I know you don't want to hear this from me, but it takes us 2 years to learn this much. We spent that time uprooting trees. You're the only one who's able to enter and exit the royal capital. We only have 10 years left. You're saying you want us to spend those 10 years playing soldier. Very interesting. Very interesting. It's been 2 years since the wall was breached, but the King of the Walls never made a move. If the Taiba family's information is correct, then the king is bound by some kind of vow to renounce war. In that case, we should stop wasting time, just put an end to this. Ah, so you mean destroying Wall Rose and Wall Sheena too? Yes, doing that might cause the founding titan to show himself, but you realize that no matter how defeated they may be, one roar from the founder can turn everything around, right? And then we precious warriors will die with the rest of the world. Our mission incomplete. Humanity's fate is running on us, so we can only march slowly forward. I started to realize it. That is what we're here for. Tell me, to save humanity. What the hell did you come here for? Oof, very interesting. Right, so 97. Right, so 97 from one hand to another. The man in the black coat. Something about him feels different from the other top rural government officials. If I can figure out where he's headed now, maybe I'll be able to reach the King of the Walls. Huh? Hello there, Missy. Decided to tell an old geezer like me, have you? I got to say, you got a good eye for men. Man, I miss Kenny a lot. Kenny was a pretty cool character. So different was that whole point in Attack on Titan as well. God damn, how different that whole entire point was. God, so different it was at that point. I was born at an inn. My mother worked there as she raised me alone. This whole entire actual manga at this point, so I don't know about that plan, guys. That's the whole entire manga at this point as well. So I don't know about that plan. My mother worked there as she raised me alone. She always told me stories of my father, a man she only ever met once, so I could tell at first sight that it was finally you. Now ain't that touching? Well, if you want a hug from your daddy, start by putting both your arms up. Are you really so certain it's not true? Not a chance. This is the kind of joke I hate the most. I can't believe you, Daddy. Whoa. Hey, come on. So you already hit the rebellious phase, eh? Fine. Not like I need a daughter who tries to kick her pop to death anyway. Ugh. Wow, he's doing it again. So what do you think today's legs mean? Snow? No, I'd say his torso is saying we'll have clear skies. Then say hell and get moving. You guys are gonna be late for morning roll call. Ugh, wake up, Bertolt. God, knowing the whole entirety of this manga at this point, this whole entire section just hurts so much. This whole entire section just hurts so goddamn much. You seem even more bloodthirsty than usual today, Aaron. Just wait. Just wait. He's stuck on training yesterday. What a sad sight that was. You got so tangled up I thought you'd get strangled by your own wires. Not as sad as the sight of you practicing how to turn tail and run against a titan. You horse-faced coward. Yeah, you go charge right up to a titan dying in a web of your own wires. The titan will get a real laugh out of that. That's your life. How many times do I have to tell you guys to knock it off? Shut up, you two. It's too early for all this crap. While you two sleep like babies after a long day of playing with your friends, I was crawling around the rural capital sewers. The man in the black coat was different from the rest of them. He's the real deal. He almost caught me. He might have seen my face. If I join the interior MPs and he's there, I'll be done. So that's it. Let's go back to Mali with the information we gathered so far. Almost 5 years have passed since that day. They'll be happy to hear anything at all. Do you really believe that? I'm sure that Molly would be disappointed. If these 5 years of results are all we bring them, then what? What do you think we should do? Your breach will rose. Whether or not the king has vowed to renounce war, it's the only way for us to smoke out the founding titan. The day of our training corps class is in Tross district. Is the same day the survey corps will be going beyond the walls. If we create as much chaos as possible, even the training corps will be forced into action. We can disappear then. Even if they never find our bodies, no one will suspect we're still alive. We can even slip into the huge crowd of refugees that will end up flooding the royal capital. Or depending on the situation, we can even continue being soldiers. If it looks like we'll be in the top 10, we can wait to graduate and become MPs in the interior. What I'm trying to say is that we'll move as the king of the walls moves and put ourselves into the best position to take action. A lot of your friends will die, maybe all of them. How many times have I told you they aren't our friends. They're Eldian devils. They aren't like us. It doesn't hurt for us to gain their trust. If anything, your attitude of isolating yourself is way more flagrantly. I'm going to puke. Could you please not put your face so close to mine? You must be tired. I feel bad for always putting all the burden on your shoulders. Let's leave it at that for today. I've been having the same dream over and over. I dream of the old man who hanged himself in that settlement. I always wondered why he told us that story before he put the noose around his neck. Aaron, take a break. You're gonna get killed. Ah, damn it. Raina, how do you become that way? Like you or Mikasa, what do I have to do to be like you? If I don't change something, Jean is going to be right. My life is going to end without me having done a single thing. God, the foreshadowing so far. Jesus Christ. Just do what you have to do. The day after the disbanding ceremony, that's when we'll do it. Just keep moving forward. It's all we can do. Eren, were you really? Hey, why? Marco, he's been eaten. We'll prove that we're warriors. We'll do it tonight. Annie and I will take care of the two captured titans before they can learn more about them. Yeah, you're right. We were just kids. We didn't know a thing. Let's have to keep moving forward. See you. I'm counting you, buddy. I've got this. You're going to exterminate every last titan, right? I know you can do it. God, that transition of scene. It still really hurts. Damn it. I've got to change something. Falco. That's right. I still have them. I have to do something or else. Gabby will inherit the armor. If I don't change then. The hospital. Hey. Thanks for the other day. Oh. It looks like you're recovering well. You can talk now at least. Huh? I'm here for treatment of psychological wounds. But mine are fake. Huh? I said I can't go home because I have memory loss, but in reality I just don't want to go back. It's too hard for me to face my own family now. Are you going to tell the hostel staff? No, I wouldn't do that. You're hurt from trained to be a Malian warrior. Yes, but I can't become a warrior. Why is that? There's another talented candidate in my class. I don't think I'll get my turn. Oh, that's good to hear. Huh? You're a good kid. I'd be happy if you lived a nice long life. But I don't want this person to become a soldier. Why? Do you say that? Is this talented candidate a girl? She's famous here in this district. She's even been recognized for what she did in the war already. Just about everyone would say that the next armor should be her. but I'm powerless. So it's all going to end without me doing a thing. I've been thinking every day since coming here, how did things turn out this way? Ruined minds and bodies, people with no freedom left, people who have even lost themselves. What kind of person would go to war if they knew they were going to end up like this? But there was something there all along, pushing us right into hell. For most of us, that something is not our own free will. We're forced to by others, by our own environment. That's why the people who push themselves into hell see a different hell from the rest of us. They also see something beyond that hell. Maybe it's hope. Maybe it's yet another hell. I don't know which it is. The only people who do know are the ones who keep moving forward. See, it does kind of feel like that this whole entire thing is a personal hell for each character. It's kind of like, I don't know how to explain it, but it feels like a movie from like the 70s that kind of describes like what happens after something, like the actual like remnants of the people and actually what happens to them. It feels very much like that a lot, how the characters are kind of experiencing a hell because of what's actually going on here. And it is kind of very much going back to the whole entire idea that the situation is, it's more of the societal kind of angle that does cause this whole entire thing to happen. It's not just, yeah, by the way, I'm gonna go into this whole entire thing because I want to, essentially. No, a lot of the time, especially with what happened to Raina's character, is what he was told. He was told that these people are the worst, these people are the devils, they should actually perish and everything like that because their ancestors did all these bad things and actually they should hold the burden for that. When in fact, as it was described in the latest episode with Gabby, that's not the case. People change. But the problem is, if you kind of keep that whole entire philosophy alive and actually then perpetuate that whole entire thing, cause everything like that to happen, then we actually have what's actually going on here. That's the issue. That's what's actually going on here. It's actually quite interesting. Falco, it's getting late. Where are you going? I forgot something. I'm on my way back to headquarters. If you'll excuse me. Hey, what's all the noise for? The entire Taibo family has come to visit. Huh? What? These aren't Marleyan soldiers. They're Taibo family's personal guards. Come in. I'm sorry for dropping in like this. I'm Willie, the head of the Taibo family. Theo Magath, Warrior Unit Commander. Nice to meet you, Commander Magath. It's an honor to make your acquaintance, Lord Taibo. And allow me to introduce you to the rest of the Taibo family. You've been able to manage the Warrior Unit far better than when it was first formed. So considering your caliber, have you figured out who among my family is the Warhammer Titan? No, I don't have a clue. I'm not even sure that individual is here with you today. Huh. Just as I've heard, you're an tentative man. We very rarely make appearances. Only a select few have been told the identity of the Warhammer, even among the very top ranks in Mali. I imagine the leader here at headquarters would be one of those select few, but he was forced to leave on a short notice this morning on orders from his superiors, which is quite unusual. And that is why now I'm talking to you in his place. Are that fact and your sudden arrival with your entire family unrelated, I wonder? The reason I came here was to see the statue of Helos, this giant figure of a mere human who was able to defeat the devil of all Earth, a true Marleyan hero who saved the world. An incredible feat, brave, beautiful, not a scratch on him, truly the Marleyan soul personified. Yes, indeed. Not to mention that the bronze statue is hollow. Quite uninspiring, Commander. Unsparing? Commander. I have heard that even you are even working to reinstate conscription for Marleyans. Conscription for Marleyans. Watermelons is something that exists only on the pages of their newspapers. They read words that say their borders have expanded, and they're all pleased. If one's taking the bullet, the ones taking the bullets are the tame descendants of the devils. So much the better. I'm sure that forcing some Malians to hear what it sounds like to have your ear grazed by a bullet won't be enough to stop my self-destructive march towards war. But if I have the attention of the man controlling Mali from the shadows, there's something I want to say anyway. It's already too late. You're truly merciless, Commander. What can I say to that? Your observation is correct. The nation of Mali is under the authority of the Tiber family. But Mali itself chooses the path of materialism. We gave Mali freedom and power as an act of atonement. Our predecessor did anyway. You say that as if you saw it all happening. I did see it. Along with the Warhammer Titan, we have received and passed down memories. That is the role of the Tiber family. We watched and did nothing more. As Eldians, we're forced into cages, as Mali did as they saw fit, as Mali did as they saw fit with them. And so, both Eldia and Mali were tossed into darkness. Responsibility for that lies with the Tiber family. The times have passed. The power of Titans by. There are now disquieting movements coming from Paradis. We plan to reveal everything to the world during the coming festival. All my hopes run on that moment. It was not a lie when I said I came here to see the hero statue. Mali needs to hail us once more. Dear Magath, will you do me the honor of shaking his hand? Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Falco, I want to ask you a favor. What is it, Mr. Kruger? I want to send a letter, but I'll look inside if I send it from this internment zone, right? Yeah. They'll figure out I'm faking an illness if that happens. So I want you to put this in a mailbox outside the internment zone. Okay. Is it to your family? Yes. I just want to tell my family that I'm here and that I'm alright. If only he knew. If only he knew! Right, so 98. Oh, it stretched for 5 seconds. If only he knew what was gonna happen. If only he knew. That poor boy. It's a really depressing. It's a really depressing thing with Falco's character. Right, I need to put a capital letter on word chapter as well. I realised I didn't put a capital letter on chapter. And that slightly irritates me. It's one of those things that slightly gets to me. Right, so 98. Thank you so much. Arigato. Right, so the Titans come from the south. As a result, the further north you go toward the mountains inside the walls, the sparser the defenses. So we attack from the north. Yes, that is an option. But the waterfront to the south is still the only location where large ships can dock. If we want to use our can't say the word. Material advantage, then so the south. 98, good to see. It's one of those things I can't say words sometimes. Then again, we've already lost 32 ships off the island's south shore. That's just how focused the enemy's attention is. It's even the possibility that docks have been destroyed and... So what is it you're trying to say? I simply thought that the information I have could be of use to you. I understand. We were mistaken. We were wrong to have Eldian speak to us. Though I did think that you could at least carry on a conversation. I apologize for not meeting your expectations. The Paradis plan seems to be going well. We have some awfully bright officials leading us. I can't wait to hear what kind of strategy they come up with. I'm entrusting the whole thing to 4 kids. I wonder what's going to happen to us Eldians. Huh? He's in the lead. Falco past Gabby. Huh. Look at how excited they are over one little victory. Sheesh. They have no idea what we're going through. Falco. It's too late to try to improve his results now. He's not going to. He's not going to dethrone Gabby. I wonder about that. The selection standards are vague, you know. But even the Malian military wouldn't make a decision like that. There's no need to make Falco into a Titan too. Watch yourself, Colt. Are you making light of that honor? I'm sorry, I was being thoughtless. Well, I guess that's what being a big brother is. Let's go. Where to? To play catch. What's wrong, Pog? I mean, goddamn. It is really interesting, this whole entire section of hello, how's it going? How are you doing today? It's really interesting to see this whole section of Attack on Titan now, considering you know the full context. It's really interesting. It's actually probably one of the only series, I think, besides maybe like Banana Fish, I think, to my brain, maybe, and probably JoJo as well, that might actually is actually kind of worth going back and rereading certain sections, because it does in theory actually kind of open up a lot more about the whole entire series. It's kind of great because of it. What's with you brats today? Falco's finally beat Gabby. Huh, so you're finally beating her. Just at a foot race. When someone beat Gabby at something, this is a historic day. Stop it already, I'm getting embarrassed. Pretty impressive. Guess that means you're going to be the armor next, kid. No, it doesn't. Ow! Too late. You're nowhere near my level. I protected the motherland heroically on the battlefield. Yeah, but they haven't announced who will inherit the armor yet. I'm going to do what I have to do until that day comes, that's all. Oh, look at that kid. Let a kid swagger. Your brother's getting the beast, so your family will be taken care of already as honorary Malians. Why are you doing this to me? I'm doing this for you. Oh. Hey, he really said it. Oh, Falco. This poor boy. What? So you're trying to keep me from getting what I want because I don't know what's good for me, huh? Ah, she didn't get it. Huh? What? Where is he going? Who knows? Probably that hostel again. So they're really going to declare war here in the internment zone. It's almost like they're putting on a play. So leaders from all different countries will be gathering here. By the time this festival's over, people from around the world will be on our side. At least, that's what the Tybers think. And all Marley's problems will be over. Sounds great. It sure does. You don't think it can work? Do you think it will? The Mid-East Alliance will be here too, you know. We were killing them just last month. Every country out there is frothing at the mouth, just waiting to get Mali when it's weak. I know because my family came here from an internment zone in another country. It was awful. The hostility that the Eldians face here is nothing compared to the way it is in other countries. Just being invited to the zone would feel like a national disgrace to the rest of the world. Well, in that case, that's just an even stronger reason why we have to do something. They must have chosen this internment zone so that people around the world could better understand Eldians, to prove that we aren't devils. How? Smile. I know how much you want to be right, but nothing will ever change if you keep putting yourself down. And you, Zofia. Stop playing such a weird character. What? This is just who I am. So what are you gonna do to fix it about yourself? Huh? I'm fine the way I am, aren't I? Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm cute. I'm smart too. I'll ace this operation and get the higher ups wrapped around my little finger, and my position will be even more of a sure thing than before. Sure, you're not. Sure, you're not an actual devil. I'm making you two cry the next time I'm making you two cry the next time you take Falco's side. Got that? You really are a devil. Ah, it's Commander Magath. Oh, it is. That's rare. Wonder who's talking to. Is the stage coming along well? Yes. I was surprised even myself with my directorial talents. There we are. Directorial talents. What about you? How goes the home expansion? God, I imagine it must be torture reading this month by month. The other instance I actually have of like a similar torture would be JoJo Part 8 at this point, because it's actually monthly. It goes on break quite regularly as well, so we kind of have to wait, especially when it actually has like a massive like revelation as well. But God, this must be absolute torture. Just waiting patiently for the next chapter to come out. God, thank God I actually have volumes to cover. Here, I see. Large-scale demolition required. It had become severely aged. Congratulations, General. The military is yours. No, Lord Tiber. It belongs to the nation. But it's entrusted to you. A month has passed since you've taken up the duty, but I'm sure it hasn't been a pleasant job. Any man who ignores his superior orders is no soldier. I'm neither your superior nor a soldier, though. But you are the commander-in-chief of this country, in which case this nation is yours. I would not say that this nation is mine. It is the people's, Mali and Eldians. Now that I've taken the will, I can see why no one has ever tried to turn it. It's too heavy. I'd like to let it go if I could, even at this moment. But today, I have no other choice but to grip it firmly. It just happened to be me. It just happened that I was the man that fate turned to. Phew. The home was on the verge of collapse, but there was some posts that was still usable. According to them, there's already an infestation of rats. So you did it, Falco. It's thanks to you, Mr. Kruger. Oh boy. Honestly, I don't think I'll be able to outperform Gabby at this point. But I still got go for it. I see. I feel like I should be the one thanking you. You've helped me with all those letters. Oh no. Oh no. Falco, you poor boy. What? No, that's nothing. You already saved me. Is that from a family member? They said life in that hostel must be boring. It was half me with this body, but I have to move forward too. I can't sit here forever. I'm going back home once the festival is done. I wonder why. I wonder why. Oh. A doctor. I'm going to get going. May I sit next to you? Yes, go ahead. Excuse me then. I'm a physician in this district. My name is Jaeger. I come here at times to drink tea. Nice to meet you. I'm Kruger. Nice to meet you, Kruger. I heard your name is the only thing you still remember. Yes. I saw you were just speaking to a little boy here. You seem to be friends, yes? I see. I'm sure I'd get along with him too. After all, I too sat here while looking for someone to talk to. That boy's uncle was a top member of the Eldian Restorationists. Restorationists. He was discovered before the boy was even born, but the Restorationists were sent to heaven, and their families were not spared either. Any family member who could not prove they had nothing to do with the group was sent to the island. To show your innocence, you had to devote everything you had to serving the Malian military. In order to protect their family and the boy, the boy and his brother said they wanted to become warriors. The Grease family finally found peace once his older brother acquired the right to inherit the Beast Titan. Perhaps it was hard for him to show his face to me because of the inheritance of that beast. Why are you telling me this? So asking that boy to run errands for you. The Grease family's efforts will be naught if people begin to suspect him of silly things. Well, technically speaking, if anyone actually found out he was sending letters, he would actually kind of be found to be a traitor as well, because of what actually happens subsequently. And if your heart and mind are in good health, return to your family. Don't wait until it's too late. Why leave yourself with nothing but regrets? Regrets? It seems you have your own. It seems like you have your own about your family. Every single day I am filled with them. That day, my son snuck past the wall with his little sister. I was so hard on him. I pushed him to become a doctor, to take after me. How could my son do something like that? It was me. It was all me. Ah, ah, ah. God. This section just, oh. It's just, oh boy, this section's spicy. It's a spicy section of manga. Especially of Attack on Titan as well, when you think about it. Mr. Jaeger, please don't walk around outside without permission. I'm sorry, I took my eyes off him for a moment, and then he, I'm sure you'll be okay. He hopes. He hopes. He hopes. He hopes. Wow, I've seen these people in the newspapers. No small talk. We do as we're trained. We're going to serve them. Look, glass is starting to empty. Move out. Look, some filthy blood's carrying our plates. No wonder their food here reeks. I'm very sorry. Shh. Don't make a scene. But that beautiful garment, Madame, is something wrong? Or Madame? Is it Madame or Madam? How embarrassing! I spilled wine on my kimono. I was having this boy assist me. My goodness, please this way. Thank you. Why? There's no telling what would have happened to you, right? Udo, you okay? Yeah, she saved me. She knew I was an Eldian and still... That woman, she's probably someone from the eastern nation of Hizuru. It's been too long, Ambassador Orgueno. Willie, the savior's descendants. Descendant. Nambia? Yeah, Nambia. I haven't seen you since we were children. Yes, I remember all those times I made you cry. Remember this, Willie? The scar from when you fell from that tree. So he's the guy from the Taiba family. Was he the one talking to the commander? Ladies and gentlemen, my sincere thanks to all of you for travelling from so far away to this place, Liberio of Mali. Allow me to greet you tonight as Mali's ambassador. Until just days ago, some of us were engaged in most unseemly dispute over resources. But yesterday's enemies are today's enemies too. Excuse me. Yesterday's enemies are today's friends. I was gonna say, oh boy, so that's the wrong term. So for all of you here, full of Mali's food and drunk on our fine wine that we so pride ourselves on, why not wash away the past in the toilet alongside your drinks and join me in a new toast? So, to many years of peace. What refined jokes you tell, Ambassador. It seems our guests weren't able to understand what you were saying in common language, though, so allow me to handle the rest. That's it, Willie. The Savior's descendant. As all of you know, we have been invited tomorrow to Liberio Internment Zone. It's a compound full of demons who once tried to destroy our world, descendants of devils who once massacred the people of many nations, and led us all down into the depths of hell. It is home to the devils known as Eldians, a race whose blood runs in my veins too. Mali opposed more than other by the Mali oppressed more than any other by those devils. They used them to oppress other nations, only repeating the tragedies of the past. So we all thought, if only the Titans didn't exist. I understand very well that feeling of wanting to exterminate the Eldians. And when I thought about this endless question, I write a single answer. Tomorrow, this answer will be unveiled to you on the stage in my first ever production. To the great dramatist and the witnesses of history. To the great dramatist and the witnesses of history. Oh boy. Oh boy. Do they witness some things tomorrow? Huh? What the heck? What is going on? Gabby, you're funny up. What is all of this? A festival? They let a bunch of people from outside into the internment zone and open all kinds of stores. Urgh, eat this. This is a festival? Let's go. I feel like Rain's character is like just constantly like, oh no, the entire time as well. It's kind of nice to actually see him just kind of calm at this point in time. You know what's going to happen next, but it's kind of nice to actually see him calm for a little while. It hurts. It's your own fault for being such a glutton. They should just make every day a festival. Yeah. You know, so many things have been happening to me for the first time recently. Yeah. It's like, it feels as if something might change soon. Woo-hoo! Boy, howdy does it. I can imagine him outside be like, yeah, that's my boy. You say it, because actually it's basically his whole entire like thought process. Ah, good jokes that then lead into like full scale oh shit moments. Yeah, you're right. Oh, there they are. Where's Falco? He ran off a minute ago, saying that he found someone he knew. So many people. There he is. Will he be okay? Orders are to be in seats on time, you know. Where'd you go? Captain, can you come with me for a second? Right now? I think it's fine. We've still got time until curtains rises. This way. What's this all about? You understand once you get there. Sheesh. This way. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. We're here. Hey. It's been 4 years, Raina. Eren. Good to see. You made it back home. Oh boy. Oh boy. I just him to say there like, this man gets it. This man understands my thought process. Oh god, that whole entire last section just you're like, oh shit. But yeah, I mean, this whole entire volume, if you kind of look in the context of what actually kind of transpired in Attack on Titan, especially last episode's like entire last section, it does kind of feel like what this whole entire manga has turned into. So it's much less a progression, but more so descent into hell, essentially. That's what it kind of feels like. In other narratives, it kind of gets to a point that the enemy kind of is like open, like in essence you kind of then have the fight, like what happens in Kimetsu no Yaiba when they're kind of training for a little while and then out of nowhere Muzan appears and then boom, final arc happens. But in this instance, it's more or less like the whole entire narrative has actually descended into hell, but not a hell that's on a broader scale. It's more of a personal hell. It's the hell that drives people forward, essentially. And what Eren says in the previous chapter does make a lot of sense. The idea that it's someone pushing them forward on this idea, on these ideas, and actually what happens because of it. And it is, when you think about it, very telling of what actually happens in this whole entire manga. Because a lot of this is on the direct orders of someone, or what is being told to someone, essentially. The entirety of what happened to Walmaria might have not happened if the whole entirety of what was told to Reina, Bertolt, and also Annie wasn't told to them. Like, in essence, if they weren't told, yeah, by the way, everyone's a devil at that place, have at it, basically, it might not have ended that way. And they actually might have not been thinking to themselves, oh yeah, we're actually just carrying out what humanity wants, essentially. So, theoretically speaking, even though they weren't aware of it, they were already descending into their own personal hell, the hell that isn't what they wanted, essentially, because now they actually know what's going on here. So it's one of those things that is kind of interesting how this whole entire narrative progresses, because it is on the pretense of what people tell them. And it is something to this day in Attack on Titan that is still persisting. It's the idea of what people are told, and actually what happens then. It's very much also echoed through Gabby's character. It's echoed through the idea of actually how they see everyone as well. How they see literally everyone everyone else as the devil. How they see the Eldians as devils. How, theoretically speaking, what they're told, as we actually then know, isn't entirely factual. So it's quite interesting to see how those seeds are kind of planted. How it is Eren's character, the person who literally causes the uprising in Mali itself, or in Liberio, how he's the one who kind of spearheads the whole entire revelation in a way. It's kind of interesting how it came from him rather than, say, from Reina or from, say, anyone else. It's from a person who literally causes the entirety of Mali to actually kind of fall to a degree. And now we'll see the fallout of the whole entire event in Volume 25. But I do actually kind of find it to be really interesting, because it is kind of very much how it's not so much a broad scale like progression, more so a descent, and it's actually quite interesting. again, it kind of feels like, to a degree, the last half of Apocalypse Now, how that whole entire film did this descent into a hellscape. That's what this whole entire manga feels like at this point. It feels like the last, I would say, hour and a half of Apocalypse Now. How you kind of go from this whole entire thing of following what's always this person who is meant to be this grandiose being, who's kind of defected to this place, and actually then you find out man's gone crazy. Man's literally gone crazy, but then you kind of have this whole entire thing that does descend even further and actually kind of does speak about human nature itself. Very much echoing Attack on Titan as well. It does actually kind of feel a lot like they're very similar to a degree, certainly. Though I don't feel like Eren is Kurt at all. At least not yet. I don't think he is. Don't think he's got to Kurtz's level just yet, but it kind of feels very much... It echoes a lot of that whole entire descent. Because if you ever watch the film, you know what I mean. How the whole other half of that film just goes off the rails completely. It just goes into a completely different kind of feeling. The same thing applies here. In essence, what was otherwise before we actually transitioned to what's going on inside Marley is a completely different manga at this point. It's not Attack on Titan. Like, Attack on Titan is completely different now. So that's why I kind of feel like it's very much... I was kind of sitting there for a long while and I was actually kind of thinking to myself, it does to a degree feel like Apocalypse Now to an extent. Like, that whole entire idea of what drives a person to get to that point. Like, what happens to them. In essence, we've seen what's happened to actually get Eren to this point. We saw what happened to Rain to actually get to the point in which what happened originally. We know what's actually going on here. It's a personal hell that isn't so much done via them themselves, rather it's someone else. It's an external force causing everything. And it is even more echoed how the whole entire thing, how everyone sees the Eldians through the lens of what Taibo was saying. Taibo was actually literally saying that whole entire thing again, kind of proving how people see the Eldians. But then, as we know, it isn't entirely. And actually, that was echoed even earlier from one of the characters saying that they have to pay for what happened. I think it was Raina's character actually says it, or Burdot's character says it. How they got to pay for their own sins, essentially. But it's not their sins, because as we know, generations change. It's one of those things that you can't blame everyone for what happened, say, 10 millennia ago. It's one of those things that it's gone, essentially. That whole entire... those people are gone. The world has changed since then. And it's one of those things that, again, what's actually happening here is... It seems like they hold on to past grudges, but they also hold on to the history itself. History is a very important factor in this whole entire manga as well, and actually what it does in Free and Tell. But it kind of feels like they hold on to the history, but the wrong set of history. They hold on to the grudge that kind of does befall them. I mean, to an extent, if you actually kind of view the lens just from the Mai perspective, it does make sense to why they would say that. But at the same time, as we then find out, it's not the case entirely. So I kind of appreciate this show for actually or this manga as well, for kind of doing that. Kind of explaining to us that history itself can also be an issue. It can actually then perpetuate hate as well. And actually also then the problems we see in this whole entire manga. Because it does kind of persist, and it kind of does in Free come true. What actually doesn't Free come true, the idea of actually what happens to Marley itself. But it kind of is perpetuated through the lens of Gabi's character way later on into the episode we just watched. But at the same time, it's one of those things that it kind of feels very, very different now, considering we actually know the context of what happens here, reading this now, because it's just a lot of things have happened since this whole entire event. Rereading it kind of feels very different. It has a very kind of like, oh fuck feeling when you kind of think about it. But through everything, I kind of feel like Rain is the only character who's remorseful. He's the only character I feel like he knows what he did. He understands the gravitas of what happened. He understood that, phonetically speaking, he was lied to, or the thing he was carrying out wasn't what was meant to be happening, essentially. I feel like he's the only character that, thus far, that has actually realized that he's a remorseful, he's the one who wants to atone. But then Eren, on the other hand, wants them to pay for what happened. So, phonetically speaking, it's the perpetual idea of hate. The idea of what it causes, and actually what actually happens after that whole entire point. Again, it's a very fascinating kind of examination of that whole entire idea. I don't really see very often, to be honest. Again, I kind of see it through the lens of, like, Apocalypse Now, or anything like that. The horrors of that kind of, like, event, and what it does in Free and Tell. That's why I kind of feel like this whole entire manga mirrors that whole entire feeling. The scent, the hatred, the hell that kind of befalls these characters. and what it does in 3 do to them, and actually what happens once this is all over. Because as we know, it's not going to be a very hunky-dory ending. It's not going to be like, yeah, bro, we did it, we saved the world, essentially, because it isn't. Even now, what they're trying to do doesn't necessarily actually kind of fix anything. It feels like every single plan they have postpones the inevitable to an extent. That's what it's trying to do. It's not fixing it, rather it's actually just postponing something from happening. Even though in this context something does happen quite majorly. But yeah, I feel like that whole entire just that section with when he's speaking to Falco, Aaron speaking to Falco, I feel like the whole entire section just sums perfectly up this whole entire series. Then going forward, the whole entire scene we just watched in episode 11 with Gabby sums up the entire message of this whole entire series. That's why I kind of feel like there's 2 sections that stick out very much in this whole entire series. That's why I kind of feel like this series is actually quite special because of those 2 scenes. Those 2 scenes are very key to the whole entire series. The idea that it's a personal hell that does actually have a secondary force causing it, and also the idea that you can't perpetuate this thought process as well. It's one of those things you can't say that a person from this era should be kind of said should be atoning for someone from a previous era. That's the thing. The idea that the thought process can actually exist is quite frightening. How someone can actually sit there and say, "You deserve that. You deserve all of what's happening to you because of what happened 20,000 years ago." Like that's just insane. That's why I kind of always feel like whenever they say it, it sends a shiver down my spine, because it's kind of like, why would you teach someone to actually be like that? I mean, I get the whole entire idea that you don't like the aliens for whatever reason. At the same time, to actually then say all of these things, look what you've caused, essentially. So it's one of those things that it's a very interesting series. This series, considering it's very different now at this point. It's a very different manga series. Again, Attack on Titan before the whole entire thing with when it took back the wall, it's a very different manga. It doesn't feel if you said this and this were the same thing, I would be like, nah bro, you're lying to me. It doesn't feel like Attack on Titan anymore. It feels like something completely different. It feels like a progression that just kind of descends into something that hopefully it's remembered for the rest of the time. Just that kind of like that message it kind of brings, because it has got a very important message that is very integral to a lot of things. So I kind of do actually respect this show for actually this manga for actually doing that, because it even is echoed in this volume. This volume actually kind of does infree to tell a lot of things that does actually then kind of come true later on. So yeah, we'll see later on, because I'll continue on reading this. But yeah, really now it is very, really freaking interesting, this whole entire series. It's probably it's up there as one of the best I've read in a very long time, just because of actually how much it actually has progressed to this point. Just a transitional point in which it got to. I was kind of like, man, it do be strong though. So anyway, that is me done for today. So hopefully I will probably make this more regular now. Hopefully. don't quote me on that one. My schedule's a bit all over the place. I probably will figure out how to actually include this a bit more often, and also the other series as well that I also started. The whole entire line is quite interesting as well. That whole entire line is quite interesting considering the context of what we're actually seeing now. I don't know. It's one of those things that I want to. Going backwards on this whole entire narrative now just kind of opens up a lot more to actually a different thought process on different scenes. Like what otherwise could have just been a throwaway scene now kind of feels very different. It's really hard to kind of gauge, but it's kind of this whole entire series is very different now. And that line with his mother is kind of very telling as well. It's one of those things. It is quite But the problem is they couldn't live free in the end, could they? That's the thing. The way the actual narrative progressed, they couldn't live free. They were stuck in this perpetual loop of hatred and everything like that, perpetuated by, theoretically speaking, a lie. That's the problem. That's the thing all along. This whole entire thing is one massive lie. And it kind of is very telling that even if they want to live free, they will never be able to live free, because even still, it's one of those things that even later on into the series now, it only feels like it fixes one set of generations rather than it fixes future generations forever, essentially. So even now, say Eren might be able to live free and everyone else might be able to live free, they effectively can't live free if they say they have descendants. Descendants will always kind of actually be perpetuating that whole entire concept once again. Considering now what's actually happened will probably cause a lot more problems later on, especially because now it might cause them to hate the Eldians even more so. But hopefully, by some miraculous fluke, it might change perception slightly as time goes on, because then the reveals of certain things might kind of fix it. Who knows? That's the thing we don't necessarily know. But good series overall, I must say. Good series. They deserve to live freely, but the problem is the way society functions. They couldn't. They're stuck. They were stuck, and it sucks because now look what's actually happened. Look what's actually happened. But anyway, that is me done for today. So as always, ご視聴ありがとうございます。僕の動画を面白いと思ったら、いいねやチャンネル登録をお願いします。So as always, if you actually have enjoyed this whole entire show in Dune Fury, leave a like because indeed it's quite a bit. If you have then enjoyed this whole entire show in Dune Fury, leave a sub because indeed it does actually help me quite a bit as well. Actually have... Yeah, the problem is it's true. It's humans at fault. It's human error in the end, isn't it? When you think about it, it's a problem with this whole entire series. It's how the humans react to this whole entire thing, causing everything to actually kind of transpire like this. Again, it's one of those things that it shouldn't be this way, but that's what I guess humans are that way in the way when you think about it, and that's what if that makes any sense. I don't know if what I said makes any sense, but I guess in the end it does feel like humans. It shouldn't be like this, but stuff like this actually happens because what actually does in Fury go on. Humans cause this as well. It's a problem. It's not some external force that no one knows about. It's actually no. Don't worry about it. It's not a problem. It's completely fine. I always welcome speaking about this kind of thing. Actually, it's quite interesting. But it's one of those things that it's humans doing all of this in the end, isn't it? That's the thing. Humans cause this. Humans cause what actually what happens next as well, and so on and so forth. That's the thing. Humans cause it. Human caused it all, and it always forever cause it all as well. But yeah, we'll do that for today, I think. We'll have a lot more to talk about next volume as well, because next volume is the spicy part of the whole entire season. So until then, I actually have indeed been a driver now. I shall see you guys later. Also, mite kurete arigato as well. Until next time, I've indeed been a driver. I'll see you guys later. Bye for now.